It's always great to wake up to the Monday pump, but Monday pumps are actually quite tricky. A lot of people are saying this is just the pump before the dump, but many people still don't believe Stan. Many people still don't trust my bullish demeanor. We are going so much higher. You cannot even imagine. Let's figure out if this current pump is just a trick before the major dump. What will be happening moving further with our market? What's happening with Andean Blast as well? And what is the situation with meme coins in general? Let's actually start. Someone just messaged me and asked, Stan, what is happening with Andean Blast? Why it is dumping like crazy? So we had this recent move, just recently. We were at 0.24, pretty much just yesterday, right? And we moved down 20%. Let me actually respond to any questions you might have. The reason the price of any asset is going down is actually because someone is selling. Let's move on. Of course, it's obviously a joke. I have this range. We are consolidating beautifully in this range, as shared by me a week ago, I think. 0.19 is your golden level. It gets bought up quickly. All the time. I think what is happening currently is that people are seeing green candles here and there and they're selling their Andean Blast to buy into green candles. Fucking wrong. This is not how you make money in this market. You make money in this market through accumulating the asset that you know more about, that you can actually hold, that you understand the edge of, that actually stays in before liquidity inflows, and you are accumulating it with a very, very good entry points. Because some people, they will buy in right here, 0.24, 0.25. What you actually want to do is to buy the asset at the bottom of the ranges. And this is a huge mistake that I've done with Bobo, for example, because when I was accumulating Bobo in the bear market, I was always buying the top of the breakouts. If I would just be buying the bottoms, I would at least have doubled or tripled the Bobo bag that I have currently. Just buy at the bottoms of the range. We might stay a bit on the right, following the risk curve, but this is where the largest upside is. Because if you are selling in India, buying into $100 million asset, don't let the numbers fool you. $100 million market cap till $140 million market cap is a 40% move. $18 million market cap till $25 million market cap is also a 40% move. Whilst you be repositioning into the assets, buying the green candles, once you're buying the green candles, your upside is heavily diminished already. You need to accumulate assets at the bottom if you want to. Man, just wait. Just hold. It's gonna be so crazy. We will be pumping to Valhalla. And some people were also asking, what happened with liquidity pool? Did it rug? Is it a scam? We see that in this current liquidity pool, we only have $150,000. However, we pretty much merged most of the liquidity into a different liquidity pool. And here you can see 1.1 million of liquidity, exactly as before. This is the necessary merge to decrease transaction fees when trading Andean Blast and allow Andean Blast and different DeFi products that are available on Blast itself. Enough for Andean Blast. You probably know my position very, very well. Let's move on to the market. What do we see here? We see BTC at $62.5 thousand. And we had this crazy move pretty much in the last 24 hours, 5% move for Bitcoin. This is just crazy. With everything that's happening, with people calling for 40K, who was bullish through the whole time? Who was saying that we're not going to 40K? Who was fucking right? I can show you something. Bottom. I called the bottom at July 5th at 8:33 a.m. July 5th. Let's check out. Man, this is exact fucking bottom. This is exact fucking bottom on my Twitter that I called. Exactly. And you might say, oh, you had this video slightly before with buying your alts. I think I was doing the video there. But alts wise, they didn't dump much. Like in this dump, the main thing that was dumping were meme coins and BTC. Alts, they did not dump much. Big time was around 11 cents here, and it was around 11 cents here as well. It did not dump much. I perfectly called the bottom one more time. And you will be seeing so much more content. Once you would consolidate above this range, you will be seeing so much more things. I will be showing parts from my previous videos where I was right, and I would just push it in your face. because I was right. A bunch of people with their fucking charts, with their fucking levels, were fucking wrong. And what's worst, the reason they were calling for $40,000 is because they were actually basing their opinion on Donald Trump shot dead 2 days ago. Imagine how evil they are. Imagine how fucking bad they are. Because we would have been at $40,000 if Trump was shot dead 2 days ago. And these people, they were basing all of their analysis on Trump fucking shot dead. Imagine how evil they are. How bad they are. Crazy. Ethereum right now pretty much just follows BTC. I was checking out BTC Ethereum chart as well, and we don't see the signs of strength at this stage. Like, it just kind of consolidates. You might say that we have this pattern here and we should be breaking up quite soon. And like, if you want to actually make it a bit larger, you can even make it right here, which is just crazy. If you would check out right here, just calculate the amount of this move, right? We can assume that the amount of this move should be the same to the upwards, right? With Ethereum ETF and all the things that will be happening. This would be just crazy, but I expect a large outperformance by Ethereum quite soon, leading to the alt season as well. We have the launch of Ethereum ETF trading probably this week. Understand how much fucking uncertainty they're actually pushing to the marketplace. Several days before, we don't even know when the start of trading will actually start. Like, I don't think that we have concrete date currently. Exactly with the approval of Ethereum ETF, they were doing the same thing. They approved it last moment and they dumped the market several times after it to make sure you are out of your fucking coins, to make sure you won't be rich without doing fucking anything. You will be able to go play World of Warcraft, play Dota, and just forget about anything. Just make money by default because you bought certain assets that are just appreciating in value, in risk on fucking environment. And then sell it to normies and retails who unfortunately will be coming at the peak, such as myself at the peak of the previous cycle. Legendary bottom call by Stan, 8:34 a.m. July 5th. I will be showing this thing to you in each and every video. At the same time, we have to be a bit careful because I would probably be way more bullish if we saw a certain dumpage on Monday. We will see what will be happen, but usually it would be a bit better for us if we would dump on Monday. At the same time, the sentiment currently, I was checking out some YouTube videos from today and I saw like first comment, a pump before the dump. This is exactly the fucking sentiment that should be happening. This is exactly it. People should not believe in the reversal. People should not believe that we are going up. People should be hurt. This is exactly what the market needs. This is exactly what the manipulators need. If everyone would be bullish, if everyone would be buying, I would be bearish currently. And you know that you might see like all these people who are bullish, who are kind of saying that I was bullish through the whole time. You know, you have to listen to the wallets. You don't have to listen to the words. And listen to the wallets, you can see tokens are being jittered heavily. We see that some things pump and they just get sold right away. Nothing major is happening. And all these people that are screaming that they're bullish and things like that, check out the wallets. They are not injecting capital heavily. And me personally as well, I'm not injecting capital heavily at this stage, despite the fact I'm bullish. Although with me, I think it's a bit of a different situation because first of all, most of my assets are memes. So they are the most explosive assets when the market is going up and they're the first to actually get totally fucked when the market is going down. Secondly, I'm staying in my long since bottom. I would be showing you these crazy profits in a couple of weeks from now. Right now, I'm just silently staying in my longs. Ethereum ETF coming soon. Trading is a waiting game. You sit, you wait, and you make a lot of money all at once. The trick when going sideways between home runs is not to lose too much in between and be patient. Profits come in bunches. My Gamma Ethereum play. Andy Blast perfectly holding 238 fib retracement for so long. Wells accumulating, community diamond holding. 15 more days to August. Massive ETF liquidity flowing in soon. Pacman Blur, Wildcare on Blast. Memecoins drop soon. Andy Blast off. Very, very nice post if you would actually see that. But we are in 17 days of consolidation. This is exactly the situation that happened on Bobo before the pump. This is so crazy to see again. And it all makes sense logically because the longer we go, and if the chart is actually going down, people, they're becoming desperate. Nothing is happening. Some people are selling. This is the fucking time where you need to buy. And when we finally see the green candle, all the people who sold, they are FOMOing into the project. And if you saw the chart of Anton Blast, just I think yesterday we went as high as 0.26 and people sold on that, but we had this explosive move to 0.26, which means that people who are selling, they are eager to reaccumulate and rebuy into green candle. You don't win in this market by buying fucking into green candles. What you need to do is you accumulate at the bottom of the range. Yes, it's harder, but psychologically, are you a fucking man? Do you have a set of fucking balls? You are willing to risk the future of yourself, the future of your family, to the future of people who depend on you, to feel comfortable in the moment? What the fuck are you talking? Talk to me about this. Talk to me. This is just crazy to me. Bitcoin is flying not because Trump may win the presidency, that was already priced in. It's flying today because after events like yesterday, people are reminded that the establishment cannot be trusted. Very, very interesting take from Ren. You guys in the US, you have to understand what is happening. I know the region a little bit, so I see these things because they're firstly tested in the region and they're essentially distributed into the whole world. The same fucking thing is happening currently as well, with all the elections, with opinions of people that you read on Twitter, read on Facebook. These are fucking bots. The same guy who's in control of taking over African governments in Russia, he is the same guy who built these bots, these companies of people. These are real people. The only job of them, 8 hours a day, is to run English American profiles on Twitter, on Facebook, and comment where relevant. And they have KPIs. They're essentially making money on that. They're sitting in the office in hundreds of people on a daily basis and writing comments to change your perception, to push certain narrative, to push certain sentiment. Right now, if you see any type of phrase, any type of word, any type of opinion, think, who is benefiting from it? What is the sentiment out there? Why I'm seeing this? These are very, very, like, I'm seeing it so, and with time, they're actually improving as well. I'm seeing it here and there, and it's definitely harder and harder to actually spot them. Your opinion, as the nation with the largest purchasing power, man, there are so many organizations, companies that are directed, the only focus of which to change and manipulate your opinion. Be careful. Last cycle top 3 trillion market cap. This cycle 8 to 12 trillion dollars market cap. New cycle, new plus more money, new bubble, top market caps. Bread 50 to 150 billion in the base case. Something that I wanted to share as well, because we are underestimating, all of us, the amount of money that will actually end up in this space. And you might think that, yeah, like 3 to 4 axis from here is not that much. Check out the Bitcoin dominance. Largest amount of money is still holding in Bitcoin at this stage. It should be changing. Bitcoin dominance at certain point of time should be going down. And we have to understand that the thing with this liquidity, it tends to rotate focusing from one thing to another to the next one. And when this liquidity will be focused on your asset, it will just go in price like crazy. Imagine like really bread going to $50 billion. All right, what people will be rotating into, what they will be taking the profits on, and what they will be rotating into. That's why I actually don't buy the narrative that this time is different and things like that, because psychology is still there. Greed is still there. FOMO is still there. People missed something, like one thing, they will be taking profits and they will be rotating into other things as well. This is just so crazy. We are specifically before the largest tsunami liquidity inflow that we ever seen, that this market ever seen. Very high probability that you are not bullish enough. This is something I wanted to share as well, and I 100% agree with this opinion. I can't believe Trump liquidated Ansem. Ansem is public that we're going to 40K, Solana is going to $70. He probably sold a bunch of his BlackRock puppet. The same way as the shooter of Trump is BlackRock puppet, Ansem is also a BlackRock puppet, 100%. And this event with Trump liquidated Ansem. And what Ansem was essentially relying on with his short is Trump getting killed. Maybe BlackRock actually gave this information to him, like Trump is getting shot on Saturday, so that's why you should actually short. And he was trying to farm the social capital. But one head note, one small head note actually liquidated Ansem. Very, very interesting situation, right? We are in disbelief, 100% disbelief. This rally will fail like the others. Hope a recovery is possible. Right now, this rally will fail like the others. 40k people are still calling for 40k. I will have some information on 40k people. There is some very, very important information on 40k people I would like to share. But first, you need to understand they are evil because they were relying on Donald Trump being shot 2 days ago. It's a very, very important information. Friend shared this. Trump already influencing Bitcoin policy in China. Wang Yan, vice president of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, said that China's total ban of cryptocurrency mining was very unwise, causing miners to move to the United States, bringing more than $4 billion in tax revenue to the United States. Who the fuck moved to the United States? I think like people moved to Mongolia and Russia. Who the fuck moved to the United States? He said that with Trump's possible election, Chinese government should rethink the significance of cryptocurrency. Maybe they also had some intel that Trump is getting shot on Saturday. And currently it's obvious for them that if the guy survives, he wins the election 100%. And currently it might be quite hard to kill him because there was already an attempt. So people are already quite stressed. I asked yesterday, will you actually go for civil war? Because as mentioned, most of viewers of this channel that are based in the United States. I was not able to see certain like responses, certain answers right there. Maybe because I was checking the comments too early, right? And there was not a lot of views on the videos by that time. But please respond to it. And yeah, we do have some news that China might actually unban Bitcoin. Man, like how much uncertainty they actually removed from this space. The only reason to do that is because they're planning for crazy fucking huge liquidity inflows. They're planning billionaires, centi-billionaires to enter this space as well. They're making it safe for them. They're really preparing it. Like this would be like largest wealth transition in history. And as mentioned, I think if you live another 100 years, you might not see anything like this happening moving further. How blessed are you to, in the first place, to be in this space and being able to watch this video currently? There is a very, very small amount of people who would actually take part, who are watching this video currently. Many, many, many more people would be watching these videos way later in the process. But their upside will be way worse than the upside that you have currently. Trump avoiding assassination at the least millisecond proves we are on an insane timeline. And given this realization, there is only one thing to do. But I actually agree with this thing. Like, it's crazy. Because we're still in the moment in this event where a lot of people are still scared, they disbelieve and things like that. Once this disbelief will actually get vanished, right? A little bit late. Because the upside will be a little bit lower. I think this is exactly the right action to actually do right now. Just bet, max, beat. The only right action. We're still in phase 1. Let's pump BTC to 150,000. I think it's a bearish target. Like, I was calling 700,000 BTC back in February. I was called a lunatic in the comment. The guy who called me a lunatic, I pray every day for him not to delete the comment. Because I would be showing this fucking comment. I would be making fun on each and every video. We will be 300k, 400k, 500k. I will be fucking showing this comment in each and every video. And if you will call me a lunatic currently, please as well, do not delete this comment. Just call me a lunatic and do not fucking delete the comment. The main narrative why we are in phase 1, which means that we essentially, people are sitting in Bitcoin. They're not even swapping their funds into Ethereum heavily currently, because Ethereum, I was just showing you the chart of Ethereum. Ethereum is not underperforming BTC at this stage. The main narrative is Bitcoin dominance. People are still in BTC. Bitcoin dominance is going up short term right now. What do you think will happen next? Like, I clearly see the breakout to the bottom. The alt season, Memecoins going parabolic, everything going parabolic. And if you would check out actually the chart of this thing, in each and every bull cycle, what we've seen the crazy move down. And you see it was also parabolic. And it kind of was forming similar type of patterns, right? And here, like, people were also saying here, it's probably a Bitcoin only cycle. Altcoins are probably not going up. No chance. Probably it's just for Bitcoin, and nothing is actually happening, and dominance will probably increase Fuck no, they were wrong. Just look at this move, at the size of this move. How much? I can't fucking see, I'm sorry. How much, how large is this move actually? 35%. Crazy. And what's interesting is actually check out what was the time frame that this thing actually happened within, right? Because this is the extreme lesson that you actually need to figure out. 53 days. And interesting thing is that if you, for example, like finally decided to enter altcoins here, you heavily diminished your back. Like entering here and entering here, the difference is 5x and 25x's, right? If you enter in here instead of entering here, the difference is 5x and 50x. If you enter in at the bottom, you finally let the price convince you. Oh, we're probably not going to 40k. BTC is $90,000. Yeah, probably will still correct. This is just a manipulation. This is just we are probably just going down. We just broke through this level, and you know, like these TA guys, they sound so fucking confident. Like broke this level, broke that level. Imagine like, because if you actually did not allow people to make money because of your opinion, this is the same fucking thing. That if you actually lose money for people, if you've driven them to some fucking scam and things like that, we need to understand this thing heavily. And what I wanted to share is that time in the market beats time in the market. In crypto, this is 10x more significant than in stocks. In stocks, if the investor is missing 10 days of the largest move, he's diminishing his returns by 50%. In crypto, this is fucking 500%, if not more. Because if you are missing this move, if you're out of your coins, if you're waiting for the dump, if you think that if you're not buying, if you're sitting in stables currently, first of all, this is fucking pussy behavior. We do not like pussy behavior from men on this channel. We do not like it, right? Secondly, you're just diminishing your returns like crazy. There is way more risks. One more time, you have to understand this. You have to put your fucking emotions out. Emotions are for women. We are fucking men. You have to push emotions out. The thing is to actually hold your shit through this market as well. There is way more risks in you trying to go out, time, buy certain fucking price movements. It does not make sense. It's actually way higher risk to stay out of the market than try to fucking time these moves. You can only try to time these moves if you are like on leverage, right? But even on leverage, just long stuff, just add millions of dollars of margin and just let it go. That's just free money right there. Just make sure that there is zero chance you will have an option to get liquidated. Unfortunately, I made some mistakes with that recently. Quite a lot of mistakes. Second time, I would probably be doing it differently, right? But it's also great. Like, let me lose these $300,000-$400,000 right now on leverage. Let me learn these lessons right now. Then be losing tens of millions or hundreds of millions later. Let me lose them currently. This is the lesson that I have, right? Are you really selling now? Right here, yeah, this is the chart from previous cycles. There is zero fucking reasons to sell before dominance went down. If the dominance went down and after some time, like your tokens are dead or they're not moving, or you had the bulk of the move and you want to exit, fine. There is zero fucking reasons to sell before dominance went down. And you can explain it very, very nicely as well, because what does it mean? The dominance went down. It means that risk assets and the environment of the markets, they are risk on. People are rotating from safer assets into risk assets more. Probably we had some rate cuts, probably the money are cheaper to borrow and things like that, and people are actually borrowing money and putting them into risk assets. This is something you need to do. Actually, you might actually want to do it currently, right? Because we should have rate cuts. So probably right after the rate cuts, right? Bitcoin dominance going down is pretty much risk assets going higher. So Bitcoin dominance going down just means that risk environment is on, which means that we are closer to the top of the liquidity cycle. We are not close to the top of the liquidity cycle. Currently, we are somewhere at, if you would divide it into 8 times, I think, into 8 parts, we are maybe at second or third at this stage. And the bulk of the move, the large percentage of the move, will be happening somewhere from the part 3 to part 6, to part 7, right? This would be this impulsive parabola. And how the fuck can you be staying out of your assets in this market where we are so close to actually the kickstart of this parabola explosive move? Man, this is so fucking risky. You might look at me and think, what the fucking degenerate? He is long in meme coins. He is sitting in meme coins. You are a fucking degenerate in my eyes. If you are sitting in stable coins currently, if you're waiting for the dump, you are fucking degenerate, because this is what actually the peak risk means. You're taking so much fucking risks sitting in stables currently. I could never take this type of risk myself. This is just so crazy to me. I would be stressed like crazy fuck, like a prostitute in a church. I will be just sweating if I would be just sitting in stables coin currently. 70k now is 30k in Q3 2023. And that's essentially from the point of view of us holding this floor, right? Because we had the situation back in Q3. Time is flat circle. Study Q3 2023. If we trade there, but it's still Q3, don't get overly bullish. It will break eventually, but likely not before fucking you all in the ass a few more times. Likely the most important tweet for the next few months. Fucking us in the ass few more times. I honestly see that like maybe we will be getting like a certain correction here, but I would say if we would be getting a certain correction here, I would say it would be like one of the last corrections before this pump. And what does fucking you in the ass a few more times means is that if you let the price convince you and the price start to go up, you're entering some longs when the price is high already because you let the price to convince you. What will be happening is that this price and the market will be fucking you in the ass. They will be dumping the market to liquidate all the late longs and continue from there. If you were entering longs at the bottoms or you were able to hold longs from lower levels, just fucking hold them. Don't make my mistakes. I closed my bread long. I would be so fucking better doing currently if I did not do that. But this is also experience, and this is also what will help me to hold current longs as well. If this is true and it's second time I've heard in weeks, it's a huge deal. Anyone have insight? Big breaking. China is likely to unban Bitcoin in Q4 2024. Reports. Of course they are fucking likely to unban Bitcoin. They have US fucking president, potentially, talking about Bitcoin and talking on the Bitcoin conference. Do you think they want to stay behind? The whole policy, the whole direction of China, just copying stuff that works. And it's kind of nice because you don't have to spend resources to figuring out like something out. That's honestly the way I am and I was doing business through the whole life as well. Just copy something that works, do it better. It's always easier. Like, yes, the returns, they might be a bit smaller if you're doing something like first time, if you're opening up like new market and things like that, but it's still very, very nice money. Just focus on these small fucking details, small dots, just make them better. This is the tweet that I wanted to share so much. Homosexual these days don't even hide it anymore. They used to be in the closet and then come out to family members and friends later in life. Nowadays, they just say shit like, I'm shorting here, 40k next for Bitcoin. And we already know what they mean. Pure fucking comedy. Very nice. I can't understand these mother lovers preaching up only. I'm the biggest bull, but as long as we don't hover above 61.5k, there is still a massive risk visiting 53k Bitcoin. Matter of fact, the recent assassination attempt on Trump will show how markets will react tomorrow, and when they dip, it will drag Bitcoin with it. Stay level-headed and don't FOMO. You should not FOMO anyways and DCA only. Although if we cross 61.5k, you can be a massive moonboy again. This is a tweet from yesterday. We crossed 61.5k. And the reason I'm actually showing this is because his target is 53k, and this was my target as well. The lowest we can go, something I was sharing last week as well. And it feels so nice to actually be on the same page with CryptoSkull. Man, I just wanted to share it. And this tweet is from today. Imagine those people getting washed out and dumped massive bottoms before we even entered the parabolic phase, before the dominance went down. What did we say? We'll clown them soon enough. This market always rewards the patient. The same people are FOMOing while others will manage to miss out on massive gains because they already dumped their bags and have no significant position. Matter of fact, they will end up FOMOing the cycle top and stay poor forever. I salute you if you are not. It's so crazy to actually be FOMOing cycle top because You will be seeing all these people around you. I just make a 10x, 50x, 100x, 1000x, and you would be sitting with 2, 3, 5x, 7x, and you would be thinking, man, it's not enough. These guys, they made way more money. I should probably hold. And what you will fucking end up with? You will end up with fucking round trip in your bags. This is what you will end up with. This is the main thing. Like, you can be alright entering later if you understand this thing. If you understand that you are fine with small amount of returns and you are fine with actually taking profits at the certain levels, like at the top, once you would have a bunch of signals. This is the top. But the issue, and a lot of people will essentially face this type of psychology. This is something I faced in the last cycle. This is the reason I round trip $200,000, right? Is because I felt it's not enough. I felt like people around me, that they made way more money in comparison to me. I felt like it. This is largest trap, largest mistake that you can only face. Liquidation heat map saying $23 billion of shorts will liquidate to Bitcoin 75% on Binance alone. This is just one exchange. This is just crazy, crazy levels. Like, you have to understand that we are currently 61, 62. A lot of people, they do expect lower. A lot of people, they probably were not taking profits on the shorts. Although I do think that people who were opening shorts at 72-ish level, they definitely know the market quite well, right? But anyway, we also have to understand that as we will be going up, some people, they will be closing their shorts before even they will get forcefully liquidated, right? But anyway, when people are closing their shorts, they pump the chart up. This is what will be happening. $23 fucking billion. You cannot imagine, like, we did not have liquidation events like this ever. Ever. Obviously, once would be at 70K, this number will already be lower. But imagine like we had 75K and then we just get like catapulted to 100K right away. And you were sitting there listening to your TA guy speaking about $40,000. Crazy. Anytime I read someone's analysis of a chart about how if you go past a certain level, they'll turn bullish, my brain just goes faggot. Now that we lost this level of support, I must turn bearish at the bottom. Faggots. That just sounds so funny, I wanted to share. And last but not least, the chilling graphic illustrates how close we came. 100% divine intervention. Well, I wanted to share some things on this topic as well, because as mentioned, my initial tingle was that it's a setup, right? I think one person got killed, so there were definitely shots as well. So it's kind of hard to think that it's a setup because, yeah, if he would not nod his head like to the right, things would be way fucking different. Imagine like how different this reality actually would be. This is just so crazy. Imagine just because of one event. That's just so crazy to actually see and be able to observe this simulation. Be grateful that you actually have a chance to observe this simulation, because hundreds of billions like yourself were in your father's balls and you were decided. You were the one who actually have an option to observe this simulation. This is something definitely to be grateful to. Well, this is it. If we get a correction from here, I think this is the last correction to beat as a motherfucker. Just beat like your life fucking depends on it. This is something that I think from my end. Otherwise, I'm just holding. I'm holding most explosive assets. I'm holding my longs as well. I do believe that the future is very, very fucking bright. If you're positioned currently, if you're watching this channel currently, there is so fucking high chance you will make it. There are so many people who would actually be buying after you. You cannot even imagine. You cannot even fathom. Our human minds, like, we cannot even imagine 20,000 people on like stadium, right? We cannot imagine that. It's too hard. Imagine hundreds of millions buying after you. This is where you are currently. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to shake you out. Like, no one the fuck is going to buy from you. Man, Sal, we're going lower. We're going lower. Don't try to time this fucking market. This is the most degenerate fucking behavior you can only have. Position your assets and increase the amounts of your bags and the lows. And wait, because when you're buying into green candles, you are buying into someone who was DCAing into the exact same project at the lows. Or he might be an older holder waiting to dump on you. Understand your upside and your downside and the risks that you are taking as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.